I will now go ahead and demonstrate how you go about using the Mopria Scan. In demonstrating the Mopria Scan, which is from the Mopria Alliance, I am using my Pixel 5a. I will also be using the Heather voice from the Acapella group. I am using Android 12 with TalkBack 12.1. I am on the home screen and will now navigate my way to a folder called OCR, and that's where all my OCR related packages are found.
Folder, OCR, 4 or more items.
I'll tap on this folder.
Lookout. Folder opened, 4x4.
I have a total of 3 pages in this folder. Therefore, I will put my 2 fingers in the middle of the phone and swipe a couple times to put me on the 3rd page where the Mopria Scan app is located.
Page 2 of 3.
Swipe again.
Page 3 of 3.
I am on page 3 now and will now put my finger down and find the Mopria Scanning app.
Voxmate. Mopria Scan.
There's my Mopria Scan. I'll tap here.
Mopria Scan. Main, Mopria Print. Scan. Go. Mopria Scan. Terms and conditions.
Upon launching the Mopria Scan, we are presented with a screen with several checkboxes. These checkboxes have to do with agreements. I will put my finger down and tell you what I'm talking about. At the very top, we have something called Terms of Conditions, or something to that effect. I will now put my finger down near the top.
Mopria Scan. Terms and conditions.
Below that Terms and Conditions is a checkbox and another checkbox and another checkbox. Now these checkboxes have to do with licensing, privacy, and optional data collection. If you check the first one, which is below these Terms and Conditions, it will check every single one of those checkboxes below. But before we do that, I want to show you what these things are. So just below here, we have the first checkbox, and each of those checkboxes comes before what it is being agreed or disagreed to. Here's the first checkbox.
Not checked. Checkbox.
And what that has to do with is all the other checkboxes or the terms below that. And so the first term we have is
I have reviewed and accept the following agreements and settings.
And there's a checkbox below that.
Not checked.
And that one has to do with license agreement.
License agreement.
Below that, we have another checkbox.
Not checked. Checkbox.
And this one has to do with privacy concerns.
Privacy policy.
And the last, but not the least, is the one that talks about optional data collection.
Not checked. Checkbox. Collection of anonymous Mopria data. Optional.
Collection of anonymous Mopria data. And it's optional. So if you check all these other ones, you could decide not to check this one. So let's go back to the top. I'm going to check the first one, and you'll see that by simply checking the first one, all of these will be automatically checked.
Terms and conditions. Not checked. Checkbox.
Tap here to check it.
Checked.
And now that checks every single checkbox below here. Here's what I'm talking about.
I have reviewed and accept the following agreements and settings.
And it is.
Checked. Checkbox.
And the one for.
License agreement. Checked. Checkbox.
And.
Privacy policy. Checked. Checkbox.
That's the last one for.
Collection of anonymous Mopria data. Optional.
Now, let's say we decided not to check the last one, and that's the one that's optional. It will still let us proceed. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that.
Checked. Checkbox. Not checked.
At the bottom of the screen are 2 buttons found toward the right corner of the phone. To the rightmost is the agree, and to the left of that is the cancel. I'll put my finger down so I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Cancel button.
And to the right of that,
I agree button.
I agree. I'll tap on I agree.
Allow Mopria Scan to access this device's location. Added list.
On this page, we're talking about location. There are two radio buttons here. There's a precise location allowance and or approximate location. Below that are three different buttons that will interact with whatever it is that you selected. In other words, if you choose the precise location allowance, then you could choose one of those three things. Or if you choose the approximate location, then you could choose the other three things. And here's what I'm talking about. So we've got the precise location.
Selected. Precise. Radio button.
We
1 of 2.
have-
In list. Not selected. Approximate. Radio button. 2 of 2.
Approximate. And now below those are the three buttons I'm talking about. The first one says,
While using the app. Button. Added list.
do that only while using the app. In other words, if I chose the precise location, I could tap get my precise location only when you're using the app. Or if I choose the approximate location, I could tap on do that only when I'm using the app. The next button says
Only this time. Button.
only this time. In other words, that approximate location or that precise location that I chose was only for this time and not at some any other given time. The last item here is
Don't allow. Button.
don't allow. Now my concern is that if I don't allow it of any kind, then it may not see my printer on my network. So I am going to choose the one that says allow the precise location for the time being, but only when I'm using the app.
Select not selected. Approximate. Radio button. While using the app. Button. Added list. Not selected.
So I will select the one that says while using the app.
While using the app. Button. Added
Tap
list.
here.
Allow Mopria Scan to access photos, media, and files on your device. Allow. Button.
And this is so that I'll be able to store my files that I have scanned and be able to retrieve those files that I've scanned and saved. So I'm going to tap on allow.
Mopria Scan. More options. Button. Showing items 1 to 2 of 2. Showing items 1 to 4 of 4. Showing items 1 to 5 of 5.
The reason why you're hearing it saying 1 of 2, then 1 of 5, and things like that, in other words, it's seeing printers online. And so you have to be careful to choose whichever one it is that belongs to you. In other words, you will need to know the name of your printer or name of your scanner rather, so that you can choose the appropriate scanner. Before we go to scanner selection, however, let's talk about the two tabs that we have near the top. We've got the
Selected. Scanners. Tab. 1 of 2. In list.
We've
2
got the
items.
scanner tab, and to the right of that,
Saved files. Tab. 2 of 2.
saved files. So right now, though, we're dealing with scanner selection. There's some more options here on the top right, but we'll come back to that later after we've selected our scanner. I'll put my finger down and see what it says below here where we were seeing the two tabs. That is the scanner tab and the files tab. Below that, we have the following.
Discovered scanner. In list.
We have discovered scanner.
Epson ET4550 series. Ready to scan.
There's my Epson EcoTank 4550, and we're told that it is ready to scan. Now below that we have others.
Not checked. Checkbox. Direct California HP DeskJet 3700 series. Wi-Fi Direct. Not Direct 1A HP OfficeJet.
So as you can see, I have other scanners that are showing up here, and they're my neighbor's scanners. It's not mine. They're houses that are around here and showing up, so you need to be careful that you choose the one that belongs to you. I will go ahead now and take you back to the more options right on the top right corner.
Set more options, but pop-up window. Add scanner in list.
If you're not seeing yours here, you'll have to add it, and that will be the manual adding of scanner. And then the next item,
Favorite list.
favorite list, that is the one that it finds and it's on your network becomes your favorite.
Settings.
and settings. Let's go into settings and see what we have in the settings.
Settings. Navigate.
In the settings, we have the following.
Search for Wi-Fi direct scanners. Checked. On. Switch. Collection of anonymous Mopria data. Helps us improve this app. Not checked. Off. Switch. Use secure communication. When available. Not checked. Off. Switch.
And you could check that if you want to.
Information. Heading.
Under information, we have
Application version 1.6.5. Mopria Alliance website. http://www.mopria.org/. Mopria certified products. https://mopria.org/certified-product/. Get the Mopria print service.
Get the Mopria print service. If you tap here, it'll take you to the Play Store so you could download the Mopria printer.
Legal information. About.
And
Contact us.
contact us. That's the last one. Let's go back now.
Mopria Scan. More options. Button. Audit list.
And now we're back to the list of scanners that it
Showing
found.
items 1 to 3.
I will
Showing
tap
items 1 to
on
4.
the first one, and that will be the EcoTank 4550.
Epson ET4550 series. Ready to scan.
We'll tap here.
Auto 200x200 DP.
Upon tapping on the EcoTank 4550, we have some options here. And at the top, we also have something that says More Options. Let's take a look at the More Options.
More options. Pop-up window. Use as settings. Checked. Checkbox. In list.
Use last settings. That's with the defaults that we have. And below that,
Manage custom size templates.
you could manage the custom sizes if you don't like the sizes that you are seeing.
More options.
And then there's a More Options. Let's tap that.
More options. Navigate up. Button. Audit list.
Tapping on that More Options, we got the following.
Options.
We got options.
Not checked. Ask to continue after scanning from the platen off. Switch.
Ask to continue scanning while using the platen, PLATEN. In other words, if you're going to be doing a batch scanning, then you should check this so that it'll prompt you to put on the next paper. And that's all that we have here. I will now go back.
200x200 DPI.
We are back to the place where I chose the More Options and then the More Options again. But here's the things that we find here.
Ready to scan. Scan source.
Scan source.
Drop down list. Platen.
There's the platen. Or if you tap here, there will be an auto feeder if you have one that has an automatic feeder. Next,
File format.
the file format. Here, the default is the PDF, but if you tap on the drop down, you could choose to save it as a JPEG.
Drop down list. PDF.
Next,
Color mode.
the color mode by default is automatic, but if you tap on the drop down menu, you could choose the grayscale or something else.
Drop down list. Color 24B.
A 24-bit.
Resolution.
Resolution.
Drop down list. 200x200 DPI.
And you could tap here and choose the one that you prefer.
Scan size.
And the scanning size.
Drop down list. US letter.
You could tap and choose the one that you like best.
Image compression.
And last item here is image compression, and we have
Drop down list. Auto.
auto, or you could tap here and further customize it.
Scan button.
And at the bottom, we have the scan. Now I have a book that I have sitting down there downstairs on my scanner. I will now tap the scan.
Compatibility. This scanner may be Mopria compatible, but is not Mopria Alliance certified. Some features may be unavailable.
So we hear a message that says this printer is Mopria compatible, but is not Mopria certified. And as a result of that, some features may be unavailable. And so here,
Not checked. Do not show again. Checkbox.
We could tap here to do not show this again next time when I try to scan, and cancel or scan, and that will start the scanning process. I'll tap here to start the scanning process.
Scan in progress. Scanning files.
And it's going to warm up my scanner downstairs. I'm sitting upstairs recording this, and it'll warm up my scanner downstairs and start the scanning process. And when it's done scanning, then we'll observe what we have. I'll put my finger down and see
Scan result. Navigate up button. Showing item 1 of 1.
It has finished the scanning job. And now that the scanning job is finished, I want to show you the two things that we have near the top right corner. We have save and share to the very right. So at the very top right corner is the share, and to the left of that is the save. Now it's important that you tap on save if you plan on saving this, because if you don't, and at the bottom where it says done, if you tap on done, it will not save your document. Watch what I'm talking about.
Done button. Done scan job. If you don't save the files are discarded. Is it okay?
There you go. If I haven't saved the file first and I tap on the done, it will discard my work. And so I'm going to find the cancel and not the OK, because I want to save it and show you how you go about saving it.
Not checked. Do not show again. Checkbox.
Or cancel or
OK.
OK, but I'm not doing that OK. I'm doing the cancel. There we go.
Scan result. Done.
I am now back in the scan result. And I told you that on the top right corner, we have the share on the right corner, and to the left of that is the save. Now, if I put my finger below that, we'll have the scan result, which is an output in a PDF format.
File preview icon 2021_11_12_065109 PDF 500.
And then below that is an item that says
rename file button.
We could rename the file.
Plus to add another scans, click here.
Or you could tap here to add another file. And the reason why we're having this button is because we did not check the batch scanning mode. All right, I'm not going to give it a name, but maybe we should.
Rename file button. Rename file 2021_11_12_065109 1. Edit box. Auto.
Let's go ahead and call this dog. D-O-G.
D. Delta. O. O. G. G.
I have tapped the word dog. I will now find the done at the bottom.
Done. Keyboard hidden. Scan result. Rename file button in list. Plus to add another file preview icon. Dog.pdf 507.
There's my dog.pdf. Now remember, we haven't saved it yet. We have simply renamed the file, but we haven't saved it. And our save button is near the top right corner to the left of the share button.
Save audit list.
I tap save.
Save successfully.
And I'm told that my file has been saved successfully. Now, if I want to add something, I could do that. Or now that I've saved it, I will tap on the done at the bottom.
Done button.
Now, before we tap on that done, for some reason, if you decide to read it, you could simply tap on the file.
File preview icon. Dog.pdf.
I tap on it.
Open with InVision AI. Just one.
And it's asking me as to what I want to open it with. There's InVision.
Speech Central. Drop Sullivan Plus. Add Voice Aloud Reader. Add Adobe Acrobat.
And all kinds of items that I could use in opening this. And that's how you could read it or read it with something else. Now that we're done, we'll just tap on done at the bottom.
Done button. Done scan job. If you don't save the files are discarded. Is it okay?
And we're being ask that question again because I didn't check that box that says, do not ask this again. So now that I know for sure that I have saved my file, I will now tap on the OK button.
OK. Mopria Scan. More options button. Showing items 1 to 2 of 2.
I tapped on the OK and now we're back in the main UI. Now, if we look near the top where we saw those two tabs, the scanner and the Save Files tab, we will see my file in the Saved File tab. I will now find the Saved File tab and tap on it.
Selected. Scanners. Saved Files. Tab. 2 of 2.
Save Files.
Saved Files. Selected. Showing items 1 to...
And if I put my finger down,
File preview icon. Dog.pdf. 5.
There's that dog.pdf file that I saved that we were playing with. And that's how you go about scanning stuff using the Mopria Scan app.
Thanks, Warren.
Blind Android Users is proud to partner with the folks from Gravity Forms. Gravity Forms has allowed us to ensure that our website is both accessible and easy to use with regards to our contact forms and other various forms found throughout the page. Thanks to Gravity Forms' dedication to accessibility and their compliance with all federal and jurisdictional laws relating to accessibility is appreciated. The Blind Android Users would like to thank the folks from Gravity Forms for sponsoring our license subscription to their WordPress plugin. If you'd like to know more about Gravity Forms, check them out online at gravityforms.com.